Hey y'all, we are in the middle of our kitchen renovation and it's time to pick the paint color for the cabinets behind me on this wall. I thought this would be a great time to walk you through the process I use to pick paint colors and show you exactly how you can apply it in your space. So the first thing that you want to do is decide on your color family and the general vibe that you're going for. I know that I want a creamy taupe, off-white, light beige kind of color. So I got just all of the samples. And these are free. You can get them at the paint store or at a store like Home Depot or Lowe's. And you want to lay them out in the space that you're going to be painting with any fixtures that are going to be in your space. And when you're working in a kitchen, a bathroom especially, think about the thing that's going to be the most difficult to match to. The fixture that's going to be staying that is going to be the trickiest to coordinate colors with. For me, my main focus is going to be the veining in our countertops. I want something that will play really well from that. But I also have what's going to be our backsplash tile, and then I have our wall color and our island and hood vent color. So these are the fixtures in our space that I want to coordinate with, and this is where I'm going to start pulling in colors. And at first, when I look at these at the store, you think like, oh, they're all beige. But when you get them here, you really start to see the difference. Do you notice how this one is pulling like very yellow compared to these? This one sees almost purple, and here you can see how much grayer this is than some of the more beige options. So you're going to go through this pile and just go ahead and eliminate any that you know don't work once you see them in your room. So take your time, but just be impulsive and pull the ones that are an automatic no. And easy. This one just feels very orange. You see that? This is a bit gray. So now I've got more of just my neutrals in here. And start pulling them in with your fixtures. See how these just feel yellow still? And that feels a little bit more neutral, but I'm going with this green here, and I don't really like the yellow and the almost like purpley color here. So I'm gonna start pulling things that have a little bit more. See how much better that flows? Things that just go with that grain a little bit more. So I'm gonna pull out my favorites and start to narrow it down. And this is how you choose the colors that you're going to actually get samples of at the store. And you can go get physical sample pots, or you can order peel and stick samples, which is my favorite thing to do, especially on cabinets. So let's check those out. All right, so now I'm going to use these peel and stick samples to see how the colors might actually look on our cabinet. And I got two different sample sets from Samplize. They're the easiest way to get paint samples. They're peel, stick, they're ready to go. They're very accurate, no mess. And I got the light beige set, and the dark, I think it was cream is what the other one was called, off-white set. And this is just, let me show you how it works. All right, so you grab here, there we go, and you peel it off, and it's just like contact paper kind of consistency. And then you can put it right up on your cabinet. And I'm trying to cover, you see I put it off the door because I'm trying to cover the whole thing. You do not want to look at this next to your existing cabinet color because it's going away. You want to focus on how it looks next to your wall color, next to your tile, and other fixtures that are going to be staying in the renovation. So once you get your samples up, I want you to look at them. Duh, but we're gonna really look at them for a couple of days now. We're gonna look at them day and night. We're gonna look at them lights on, lights off. We are going to spend a lot of time thinking about these colors and how they change and how they shift. You wanna hold up any fixture that you have coming into the space or staying in the space and make sure it still plays well together. Think about any other paint colors in your coordinating spaces, and we're just gonna really look at them. Once you've looked at them very hard, lights on, lights off, day and night, in one wall of your house, you're gonna start moving them around. So this is what I love about these Samplize samples. Other than you don't have to sand them off when you're done, you can move them. So I wanna see how they look down here. See how up here is going to be brighter because the light hits it a lot more. Down here, it's just gonna fall into a shadow, so your colors are gonna look a little darker, a little cooler. So it's important that you bring them to the different areas in your home. If you're painting multiple walls, you need to check all the walls in your space and just move them around. And make sure you like them in every space. And if you have a bunch of these, you can kind of play elimination. As soon as you determine one is not for you, you can go ahead and eliminate it and narrow yourself down color by color. Right, watch this. This is overhead lights on, overhead lights off. Do you see how the color changes? Lights on, lights off. Watch these here especially. Lights on, see how they feel so much more yellow, warm toned? Lights off, they suddenly look gray. That's the power of lighting, y'all, and it's so important. That's why I ended up with a purple bedroom in my first condo, because I didn't do that right there. Test your lighting. All right, so we're starting to eliminate the swatches to pick our cabinet color. And the first one that immediately stands out to me, Sean agreed to eliminate, is this one. It's just too white, and we don't want white. We want a little bit of color depth here. And this one too just feels too white with the white countertops. Now these are 3 finalists, and looking at them, I don't know how well it translates on here. This is like a more beige color. This is more gray, and this just feels a little bit bright, like it is a very clear color compared to these are much more muted. And so I think this is just more bright than we want. We want the star to be the green, so we want something a bit more muted for the wall. So I think we're going to eliminate this middle one. All right, these 2 are our finalists, and we're gonna simmer on these for a few days. So this is the 2 final colors in like bright morning light. And see how this bottom color reads just a little bit more purple. Sean, will you cut off the light, the overhead light? Yeah. So it's really gonna come down to, do we want something a little bit darker, a little bit grayer, or something a little cleaner? And they're both warm, but a brighter warmth. Once you have all of your samples up for a few days, you eliminate them as you go. You're looking lights on, lights off, daytime, nighttime. Take pictures on your phone, ask your friends, ask your family members. Then what do? You pick one. That's all you can do, is eliminate everything that is a no, and then pick the one that just flows the best with the rest of your home, with this specific room and your fixtures. Once you get down to the specifics, you just gotta go with your gut a little bit, but using the tips and knowledge that I've taught you, I know that you'll make the right choice.